officially recording.
I'm glad I held that in. Thank God.
And that's where the drop-off happens.
Everyone just logs off. And if they didn't, the second wave. The second wave cometh.
All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1.
Just drop that ass, bitches, open micers in the house. Pop that pussy with that open micers logo in your mouth. Jason with his bald ass head, Jacob looking inbred. Open micers, bitch, heard what I said. Drop that ass, open micers in the house. Drop that ass, pop that pussy, open micers in the house. Open micers in the house, open micers is a mouse. Drop that ass, pop that pussy, open micers in the house. The mic is now open.
That's right, the mic is now open. My name is Jason Robbins.
I'm Jacob Craig, and I wish that beat was comprised of more burps than it has in it now.
I can always add them in.
Yeah, well, we should go to Mark and be like, look, can you make us the same song, but where the beat is entirely comprised of me burping?
I'm sure you can do that.
Because there's enough audio files of me burping online to be able to do that.
Yeah, I still got Pepper's burp, too. Here, hold on, here we go. There we go. That's a Pepper burp.
And see, Pepper's burp... overrated. I don't think it's that good. I think I've been producing more burps ever since then.
That's because you're a gassy human being. You're 90% gas.
Yeah, I think that could be it. I'm 90% gas, another 10% is shit.
Cat's in here knocking stuff off the shelves. I don't know what she's doing.
What's she doing to us, man?
I don't know, man.
But yeah, man, we've got another host episode. I know we did one for February not too long ago, but we're only doing one of these a month, so we've got they're not very spread out, but hopefully everyone's not tired of us just talking to each other.
Yeah, we got a few things to talk about tonight, though. First one is I just want to bring up that on OpenMicers on After Midnight last night, the winner got a rotisserie chicken. And I'm like, do we have a conspiracy here? Is somebody in the After Midnight camp a secret Open Micers fan?
Yeah, and see,
because Rob Hayes was just on like 2 days ago.
He was. Rob Hayes was just on our podcast, and then he just did After Midnight. They just had Jenny Zagrino on.
Yeah.
There's no telling how many episodes they filmed with comedians that have been on our podcast. The correlation could be there. It could be there.
Could be.
Or it's just a very stupid idea that has no meaning. But I feel like we've just come up with the funniest bit of all time, and everyone's going to try to steal it, Jason.
Well, if they ever have a winner of the night get breakfast potatoes or soup, we know they're listening.
We know they're listening.
So if you're listening After Midnight, we're here. We'll come on the show. It don't take much to get us to go.
You want a poop transplant?
Yeah, that video actually did pretty good on TikTok.
Yeah, someone commented today that the way that they do the poop transplant is they don't put it up your butt; they actually stick a tube down your throat and put it in there. It's way worse than we could have ever imagined. It's human centipede.
I thought about what we were talking about and how gross it is, but that just completely kicked it up a notch. Like, oh my God.
It's the most horrifying procedure. I commented on there, I think I have an idea for the next Saw movie then.
Yeah.
Because that's just something right out of Saw 15.
What, kitty? What? My cat is all over me right now. What do you look?
And I wish I had cat all over me right now.
Hey, say hey to everybody, kitty. Hey, kitty.
Hello.
All right.
Yeah, I was talking about something before we started recording because I didn't know if it was funny or not.
I had to yell at Jacob to stop telling me because it was awesome. And I'm like, save it for the show, damn it.
I didn't realize it was going to be funny. But so we were doing the step challenge at work, right? Where you walk for 15 minutes or run for 15 minutes, over a period of weeks. And at the end of it, the class with the most steps was going to get a Domino's pizza party. And I single-handedly won my class the Domino's pizza party
Isn't it kind of wrong to have it based on steps and some of the kids are in wheelchairs?
We don't count them, Jason. It's easy. What do you mean? It's that easy to just not
Well,
count
they
them.
should get rolling points or something, man. That's just wrong.
No, so the way it's broken down is that there's 4 pedometers and it goes on 4 different people. So we do it with 3 kids and then one on me. But I've completely creamed the kids every single time. Today alone, I put up 2,243 steps.
God,
And I
Jake.
was sprinting for that pizza party, boy. I mean, I took off. I can run really fast. People don't realize that.
I want pizza. Fuck them kids.
Dude, I can run really fast, and everyone saw me running really fast.
Wow.
They're like, they know my secrets now.
So now we know how
Yeah.
to get you to exercise. We just dangle a pizza in
party.
front of your face like a carrot on a stick for a donkey.
Yeah, me alone, I got 29,000 steps.
Jesus.
So no one stood a chance, Bubba.
Oh,
They didn't
man.
stand a chance.
Poor kids in the other class got knocked out because of you.
No, who cares, dude? Because the other teachers could count too, and I'm a giant fat guy. Like so, like the skinny assistant teachers could just be running faster than me and getting the pizza party, but they didn't care about the pizza as much as I did.
See, you should have put that pedometer on me because I literally take like 15,000 steps a day because I'm on my feet all day at work.
Yeah.
I could have gotten you that in like just a single day. I could have gotten you the win.
Right. Well, it's over a 15-minute period. So during our PE time, like we have to actively. So I ran 2,000 steps in 15 minutes.
You were out there doing like little twinkle toe, like looking like Fred Flintstone when he's bowling, like your feet are like doing like that.
Yeah, I'm in so much pain right now. My back is screaming at me. I hurt myself very badly.
Hey, but you'll get pizza, so it was worth it.
It was entirely worth it. We'll get that pizza tomorrow, Daddy.
Nice.
Getting that thin crust pepperoni from Domino's.
A couple things I want to bring up tonight is two things. One that you already know about that I told you about earlier today, but I do want to talk about one we haven't talked about yet. Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson coming up in July on Netflix. Is this going to be a televised murder, or is what's going to happen?
So I kind of wanted to comment on your Facebook post about it, but I just feel like I'd be wasting my breath. The way that this kind of combat sport works is that this is going to be an exhibition match. This is the same way that Logan Paul versus Floyd Mayweather was an exhibition match. And during that fight, they had a clause in their contracts that said if either party knocks the other party out, it will be a disqualification. The exhibition will be done, and they'll have to forfeit their fight purse to the other party. So there's not going to be a knockout. There's probably going to be very few face punches. Like when Mike Tyson fought Roy Jones Jr. in an exhibition, they were slamming each other in the body the entire time, just doing almost nothing but body punches because they don't want to knock each other out. It's an exhibition.
Yeah, but still getting hit with a body punch from even a 57-year-old Mike Tyson. That's going to explode a kidney and probably shatter a pelvis.
You would think, but Jake Paul's a lot tougher than people think he is. I mean, the guy, he fights, people who are way past their prime, but he's actually in fantastic shape and a pretty decent boxer. So it's going to be.
Isn't this basically like the little schoolyard shit we used to do, especially when I was a kid? Like, how much money would it take to get you in the ring with Mike Tyson? That's basically what he's doing now.
That's exactly what it is. It's really just going to be a really boring fight where at the end of it, there's not a winner. It's going to be very disappointing. I really have no interest in watching it.
I'm not going to watch it either, but I am going to be interested to see, like, what if he pisses off Mike Tyson somehow and Mike Tyson just sort of like just goes blank and turns into like old school Mike Tyson.
So that is something to consider because they did the fight with Logan Paul and Dylan Dennis which is the same kind of thing. Dylan Dennis is an MMA fighter, a jiu-jitsu guy. He trains Conor McGregor. He's Conor McGregor's jiu-jitsu coach. And in that fight, Dylan Dennis was getting the crap beat out of him, and he was tired of it. And he decided, you know what? I'm going to kick the ball into the woods. And he went for a guillotine in the boxing ring. Like he tried to jump and choke him. And so Logan Paul slammed him on the ground and started punching him while he was on the ground. And they just get swarmed by their security teams.
Wow.
Like something like that could very well happen at this kind of event. But
especially with somebody like Mike Tyson, because I would think that, like, you know, he just seems like the kind of person that, like, when he laces up those gloves, he just completely, like, turns into just a mindless killing machine.
yeah, I think he is, but I also think that he's at a point in his career where he's not gonna risk that much money. Because you notice everything that he's doing, it's like it's edibles, it's vapes,
Yeah, I was gonna say
podcasting.
he's
He needs the money.
He's a weed enthusiast these days, so he maybe he's calmed down a lot from the days when he used to do cocaine all the time.
Right. Yeah, I think if he didn't need the money, like when he fought Evander Holyfield and he was on top of the world, yeah, bite that dude's ear off. What are they going to do? Take my purse away?
You know what I was thinking
disqualify me
the other day? How awful it would be to have someone bite half of your ear off with a mouth guard in place. Do you know how hard that would be?
Yeah, he's a menace, dude.
Like,
Mike Tyson was a menace to society.
Because think of you bite into a piece of gristle just like in a steak and how hard that is. Imagine biting through someone's ear with a mouth guard on.
He's a menace, dude. Mike Tyson is just the definition of built different. Like he's one of the only people where like he's fine today and actually beloved today. And in the 90s, he was a convicted rapist.
Yeah.
Like, how is that okay? He should not be boxing Jake Paul right now. He should be in a prison cell because he was a menace to society.
Yeah.
He just didn't play by any rules.
He was just something else when he was younger. Especially when he was like 18, 19. When he first started, that dude was just he's an alien. Like there should not be a human being that is capable of doing the things that he did.
Well, he started as a freak athlete, and then when Customato died, he turned into just an unhinged savage because he had no one in his life to rein him back in. That's what Customato was for.
We had Don King after that, and dude, Don King was
that's
just
worse. That's so much worse.
He was just as a fucking maniac as Mike Tyson is.
He was probably egging him on, reeling him in.
Didn't Don King get arrested for killing somebody too? Like one of his assistants or something like that, where he like ended up like bashing the dude's head in with his foot, like in his office or something like that.
I don't know.
Let me look
for sure, but I know that he's been to prison. I'm pretty sure he's been to prison.
Did Don King kill a man? Let's see. Don King shot and killed a man in 1954, but it was ruled a justifiable homicide. Oh, here it is. Hold on. Don King was convicted of manslaughter after killing an employee who owed him $600.
Oh my God! Over $600.
Let's see. He's still on blah blah blah. Oh yeah. Film Daily states King was witnessed stomping / kicking Sam's head at least 3 times, and others also report having seen him beat Sam with a gun. The man's last words, according to witnesses, were, "I'll give you the money, Don." King reportedly had to be pulled off of him by 2 detectives, and the dude died 5 days later.
Oh my God, dude. How the fuck did he get away with that?
I don't know. When was this?
It was right in front of the detectives. Yeah. They didn't have to detect anything. It was right there for them.
I don't know when. It doesn't say when this was.
Well, yeah, depending on when it was, I guess would determine whether it's justifiable to kill someone for $600.
Jesus.
Because if it was in the 50s as well, then yeah, $600 back then, maybe. But if this was like in the 80s or 90s, I don't know, brother.
Yeah, well, Don King murdered a man, so we learned something new today.
Yeah, dude. It's vile. The sport of boxing is vile.
Yeah. Another thing I wanted to talk about. This kind of goes back to our talk about uh, uh, what the hell's his name? The comedian. A couple of weeks ago, we were talking about
Cat Williams?
Cat Williams. I kept thinking Eddie Griffin. Um, Cat
Racist.
Williams. You know, he was talking about the Illuminati and the humiliation rituals and all that kind of stuff. Well, it's kind of popped up the last few days. People are speculating that if you haven't seen, John Cena gave out the award for costuming at the Oscars completely naked, on the Oscars a couple of days ago, and people are saying that was the Illuminati humiliation ritual.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, Chief. I mean, I think that's just a funny thing to do.
That's what I thought. I mean, he's a funny guy.
Well, and also too, it's like that no one's gonna watch the Oscars anymore because of the slap. They know, oh, something like that's not gonna happen again, or oh, I'm not gonna watch it because something like that happened. But if they do something that they hope is gonna go viral, then maybe someone will watch the Oscars again.
So what? So last year it was the slap, and this year is John Cena naked.
I think they're hoping that's what it is. They're hoping that moment's going to go insanely viral, which it already hasn't. Like no one cares.
I did see something weird the other day too. For some reason, TikTok gives me these weird conspiracy videos every once in a while, and I saw one where there's a conspiracy that John Cena has been replaced by Jim Carrey, and Jim Carrey is wearing a John Cena bodysuit.
Okay. See, this is what happens when you're a white man over 40. TikTok just assumes that you think John Cena is Jim Carrey.
I don't get it. And like for one thing, the humiliation ritual, I know a lot of people are talking about it and saying, "Oh, it's the humiliation ritual so he can move up to the next level." Wasn't the humiliation ritual just meant for black entertainers?
According to Cat Williams, I think. I don't know because none of it's real.
Yeah,
so
I mean that, but
I don't know what it's supposed to be.
Can't you conspiracy theorists get your shit right? If you're gonna have a conspiracy, get it right.
But then, like, if you want to say that that's the humiliation ritual, how is it not when he referred to Taiwan as its own country? And then he had to apologize to China in Cantonese or whatever stupid shit that was.
Do you believe in the Illuminati?
No, I don't. What people describe the Illuminati as is just the American government. It's an elite group of people who secretly control everything behind the scenes. That's already what we have. The president has no decision-making powers or say in anything.
Yeah, but I thought Jay-Z and Beyonce were the head of the Illuminati.
That's what everyone would think. They think it's entertainers, but it's not. It's people you've never even heard of or know about. When you get elected president, they tell you how your term is going to be.
Well, I just want to let any Illuminati members that are listening that we're ready here on the Open Micers podcast for fame and fortune. So we've already proven that we'll do dumb shit on the internet for fame and fortune. So if you want to throw a little bit of that humiliation our way so we can get some money, we're here. We're ready.
Yeah, but just if you could go through my back catalog of humiliation ritual, I'd appreciate that because I've already embarrassed myself publicly quite a few times.
If you see the shit we do for Patreon, I mean, what will we do for you, Illuminati members?
I'll kill a man,
like Don King style.
I'll kill somebody.
That's the name of the episode, Don King style.
Don King Kong. I put a Mark Norman moment. Yeah, the last thing that I wanted to talk about, I have a couple of things. The first thing, we went to Special Olympics at the beginning of the week, which was a lot of fun. I took my kids out there, and the event was track and field, and I just kind of assumed that Special Olympics was the kind of thing where everyone competes and they get the same ribbon and same medal, and everyone just goes, "We all did it!"
Mhm.
And no, they actually compete against one another, and like the fastest running times get to go to a regional finals, and who get to go to nationals. Like it's an actual like real competition. And so when I found that out, I was doing some furious sign language at my student to please run as fast as humanly possible. Um,
Should have brought out a
she's
pizza. You could have got him. Got him.
yeah, dude. If I posed as one of the children, I could have creamed all of them. We'll get into that in a minute, but um, she did really good. She almost ran off the track, but if she didn't almost run off the track, she would have gotten first place. It appeared that she had gotten second place, but the coordinator, the people in charge of Special Olympics, the coaches or whatever, announced her as fourth place. And that made me really mad. And I was about to go talk to somebody about it. But then I realized that Special Olympics isn't the kind of place where you can get into an argument with somebody about what place they came in.
You're out there screaming at the guy like, Tommy Lasorda back in the day.
No!
Kicking dirt on him.
I get ejected from the Special Olympics. But no, I saw everyone on the pedestal, and like the people that they say got second and third were so happy, and I was like, I should just leave it alone.
Yeah,
because she doesn't know either way. She doesn't care. She's just happy that she got to run.
So she got this like pushed back because she went out of bounds.
No. So she ran off the track, and that slowed her down. If she didn't run off the track, she would have got first.
Okay, I thought you meant because she went off the track, they like knocked her a couple of places back.
No, she just lost her balance and ran off the track.
Oh.
And she would have, she would have definitely gotten first place if it wasn't for that. But yeah, I almost started an argument over the running event at the Special Olympics.
Next time you think of doing something like that, just have somebody film it, please.
Yeah, I'm about to get ejected from the Special Olympics. Watch me.
Comedy podcast host gets ejected from the Special Olympics.
Show me holding a mugshot with like a black eye. Those other Special Olympians are strong.
We could have your mugshot that says "Never Surrender" underneath.
Yeah. Never accept fourth place.
Yeah.
Another funny thing that happened with my work is that a few days before we went to Special Olympics, we took 14 or so special needs children to an aviation museum in Gulfport, which sounds like something that would happen.
We have an aviation museum?
Apparently. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It's really weird, dude. It's like a nice museum right across from like a check cashing place with bars on the windows.
Oh, it kind of reminds me. We have a train museum in Gulfport.
Yeah, I know about the train museum.
Yeah, it's in a pretty bad part of town too.
Yeah, I wish we could have gone to the train museum.
I'd go to the
train museum. That would have been fun. But the aviation museum was a little confusing because there was some stuff that they could like get inside of and play on or whatever, and there was also some stuff that they could not touch under any circumstances. Please God, don't fucking touch that exhibit. That's so expensive. Do not put your hands on it. But the tour guide for the aviation museum was this really eccentric, weird, like German guy who, as soon as we came in the building, he's like, yes, wunderbar. It's a miracle you are all here. God bless us on this day.
Wow.
And we're all kind of just looking around at each other like, okay. And he goes, okay, so what are my teachers? My teachers, raise your hands. And so all the teachers raise their hands, and he goes around to everybody. He goes, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. And he gets to me and he goes, okay, not you, buddy. Put your hand down.
He thought you were one of the kids.
Yes, he did. Yeah, he did. And My fiance pointed this out to me after the fact, but to make matters worse, when he did this, I was so confused and kind of mad that I just gave him a one-word response. So I went, what? And that didn't help my case at all. And so he sees me like holding hands with the kids, like telling them where to go and stuff throughout the rest of the time at this trip. And he sees me having full conversations with the other teachers. And we get to this part of the tour where they can go and they can sit down on this like mock airplane shuttle or whatever. So they can go sit like in airplane seats and they watch a little movie on the screen. And as we're sending all the kids in there, I realized, oh crap, there's not an adult in there. It's just that weird tour guide guy. So I should probably go in there and make sure that all the kids are sitting down and being good and not doing anything. And so I walk in there and he grabs me by the shoulder. He goes, okay, sit here, sit here. He mistakes me for a special needs child 3 times in all on this trip, with me every time just going, what? I'm sorry. Okay. Like,
That's the greatest thing I've heard all. I had to hit the mute button because I almost died.
and then when it was time to go, we took our lunches out to the bus or whatever, our wagons and everything. And I was talking to the bus drivers and I was like, oh crap, it's actually like really late. We need to leave like right now if we're going to get back to the school in time to send the kids home. So we need to go in there and tell them it's time to leave right now. And so we go in and we tell everyone, hey, it's time to go right now. We have to get back to the school. It's a 45-minute drive at best. And the guy did not want us to leave. He had all the kids sitting down about to make paper airplanes with them. And he's trying to stop us from leaving, quickly making paper airplanes as fast as he can, throwing them at us. And we all just get up and start walking out because we're like, we're done with this guy. And he follows us out the door and is just screaming at us from the steps as we're loading the bus. Wunderbar, thank you so much for coming. I love you so much. Thank you. We have a great time. God bless you. It was crazy,
Because you're
dude.
probably the only people he's seen in like a month.
I thought for sure he was gonna lock the doors and be like, "Okay, time to learn about the secret history of these planes. Here are our secret World War II collections."
He closes the door. He's like, "Let me tell you about the Fuhrer."
He was my great great grandfather.
Oh my God. Oh, that's great, dude. I mean, that I don't even know where to go after that. I mean, that's.
And just to step into a day of my life on a field trip like this, on the way home, our bus driver is horrible. We have a horrible field trip bus driver, and she's like drifting into the other lane on the interstate with 18-wheelers honking at us, going like burr, burr, burr. And I look back as this happening. I'm literally saying a prayer because I'm like, please God, let me make it back to my family in one piece. I don't want to die on this bus. I look back. One of my kids is leaned over in his wheelchair, dead asleep. And the other one is just laughing in my face because he thinks it's hilarious that we're about to get hit by an 18-wheeler. He thinks it's the funniest thing to ever have happened. He's busting out laughing as the bus is shaking because the 18-wheeler whizzes past us and we're going choo-choo, 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 choo-choo.
Well, I don't think they have the greatest applicants to be school bus drivers these days. I see signs where the schools around here are hiring for bus drivers, like all over the place. I'm like, man, they just must be really hurting for bus drivers.
Oh, dude, that lady literally has one eye. And you would think that the major qualification would be 2 eyes.
You only need one. It's just kids.
She literally, it's the left eye or whatever that she does not have, so she cannot see the other lane that we're drifting into.
I would say crazy, that's probably a Mississippi thing, but I imagine that's probably all over the country. Like, to get someone to be a bus driver, they'll pretty much just take anyone.
Yeah, I think so.
Ooh, what was that?
What was what?
I heard something in the background. Are you getting yelled at? Is it time to go?
No, I don't think so. But it is time to wrap up the episode though.
All right. Well, yeah, I don't know where to go after that, so we're just gonna end where Jacob gets mistaken as a as a special needs child. So
I mean, it's an honest mistake.
I mean, we can end the podcast right here. That's just there doesn't get any better than that.
Yep, no show next week. No show ever again. That's just so we leave everybody.
So before we go, I just want to say if anybody from After Midnight's listening, we will come on the show. Just let us know. And if any Illuminati members out there, we've already done the humiliation ritual, so we're just let us in. Just give us some money and let us be famous too. So that's
I'll
all
eat
I
raw
gotta
eggs
say.
again.
Yeah. But anything you want to throw out there before we leave for this week?
Not really, man. I got all of April booked, so we've got some good people coming on. Got some local comics as well as regional and national headliners. So, yep, same old from the Open Micers Podcast. If you're not on board with that Patreon yet, get in there at www.patreon.com/OM podcast.
And for 4-hour extra Patreon content for this month, we're going to have Mr. TV's Travis back on the show. It's going to be this Sunday. Patrons are going to get it before everybody else, but he's coming back on the show. He's from the Wait You Haven't Seen podcast, and we're going to talk about Blazing Saddles, and because it's a comedy, and we're going to talk about does it hold up, and I'm going to go ahead and say yes, it absolutely does, but we're going to talk about it anyway.
Well, spoiler alert, now we don't have to do the episode.
Yeah, well, all right. Well, I'll call him and cancel.
Okay.
All right. So if you want to email us at donkingkilledaman@gmail.com. No, it's OpenMicersPodcast@gmail.com. Linktree/OpenMicersPodcast takes you everywhere you need to go. All the socials, the TikTok, the Cash App, PayPal, Patreon, everywhere you need to go is right there. And thank you for hanging out with us. We love you guys, and we will see you all next week.
I'm so glad you could join us for the podcast today.
Yeah. And thank you all for watching on YouTube. We will see all of you next week.